Hello, this will be a short video helping you identify quantitative research types and develop your understanding of experiments. A quick reminder that quantitative methods are based on a scientific worldview in which reality is there to be discovered by the scientist. Quantitative methods differ from qualitative methods in that they are focused on testing theories. What that means is that the hypothesis comes before the research. We will classify research using the following markers listed on this slide: purpose or goal, data collection method, which means observation or survey, and time. Time can be prospective, retrospective, or cross-sectional. Cause is the ultimate goal of all research, but very difficult to achieve. The true experiment is considered the gold standard when establishing cause. Prediction and association, well, if there's a strong relation, then perhaps one variable is having an effect on the other. So those are kind of related. And descriptive studies or descriptive research typically focuses on one variable at a time. This slide is an updated version of Figure 5 on page 12 of your readings. It shows the quantitative research types to the left, broken up by goal. Note that within analytic research, we will be keeping an eye on the data analysis approach as well. Description as a goal. These studies are the most straightforward, and they're easy to do usually. However, if you're interested in a complex phenomena like stress, they can be quite complex as well. Think about how the research question relates to description as a goal and nothing else. These types of studies are in between simple description as a goal and causation as a goal. If you read this research question carefully, you may want to argue that the goal is to describe the relation between two phenomena, coffee consumption and GPA. However, because we are measuring the strength and direction of the relation, this research goes well beyond simple description. At times, these types of studies may also sound like they're measuring the effect of coffee consumption on GPA. That is a feeling that you must resist, as the next slide will demonstrate. Cause as a goal. The gold standard of research. If you aren't measuring an effect, then your research is not really contributing any meaningful knowledge. Without being able to demonstrate that caffeine consumption can actually raise a student's GPA, one should not advise students to consume caffeine. More on experiments, gold standard of quantitative research. Make sure to be familiar with terminology on page 14. These are a few terms that you need to be comfortable with in this section. Read them over and think about them. True experiments, pictured. Take a look at this visualization of the true experiment. Key features. There are two groups. One group gets a treatment administered by the research team, and the other gets a placebo, or nothing. After recruitment, participants are randomly assigned to the treatment versus the control group. This is called randomization. Before the treatment control is administered, baseline measurements are taken. That's called observation 1. After treatment is administered, final measurements are taken. That's observation 2. If there are changes in the outcome within the treatment group, the exposed, but not the control group, those not exposed, then the changes must have been caused by the treatment, since that was the only difference between the two groups. Look at this chart, based on health science research. You will see that studies are classified by goal. So we have descriptive here, and analytic here, and experimental here. Those are all part of analytic research. By data collection method, observational studies. And by time, known as direction of exposure. Studies are also classified by time. There are 3 types as described in your readings. Experimental studies can only be prospective. Use these to distinguish quantitative from qualitative research. Now you can understand. This observational correlational study found that an increase in reading assigned material is strongly associated with higher learning outcomes. This is a very straightforward one group study. Imagine trying out a new teaching technique on one class. If there's improvement in their learning, then maybe that technique is having an effect. But we don't know, as we don't have any students to compare to, those meaning those who did not experience the new technique. In standard retrospective design, researchers attempt to compare a group that had been exposed to a treatment or toxin to a group that has not been exposed previously. There's no randomization, and that's a problem for internal validity. This is a more complex experiment in which the researcher is trying to control for observation 1. Pause the video and take a look carefully. Groups 3 and 4 are the same as groups 1 and 2, except that they are not getting observation 1. They want to make sure, the researchers do, that the observation is not having an effect on the outcome. Here's something for you to try out. Which is a treatment group, which is the control group, the independent variable, dependent variable, and so on. Pause and take a few minutes to think about each. Thank you.